Okay, in this part, instead of hard coding the information about each employee, I'm going to ask the user to input the information about each employee. So, for I'm going to do this one for employee number one. So, first, I'm going to go ahead and ask the user to input the values. Okay, so I'm going to first ask about the name, and then I'm going to ask about the employee ID. After that is going to be the department. Then I have the title. And the last thing is going to be the salary. Okay, so I'm going to ask the user using the typical input statement that we used to have. We used to use all the time. Okay, so I'm going to say enter employee name, just a regular input statement. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the ID. Since an integer, I need to convert it. Okay, then I'm going to say enter ID. Same thing, I'm going to do enter the department. Then enter, using the input to enter the title. And last is going to be the salary, which is an integer. All right, so now the user is going to input all these values. I'm going to store them in these five variables. Okay, and the values I'm going to have, or they're going to be entered by the user, they will be passed to the object when I create it, to the class when I create the object. So now I'm going to say emp1 equal to the class that I have, which is employee, and between the parentheses, I have to make sure that I have them in order. As you can see over here, it suggests to me first name, and then I have the employee ID, department, title, and salary. They have to be in the same order, okay? So I'm gonna say the first one is gonna be name, second is gonna be the employee ID, and third is gonna be the department, fourth is gonna be the title, and last thing is gonna be the salary. Okay, so now I created the object with these variables or these values that are entered by the user. Okay, so just to let you know, there is no relationship between the name I used over here and the name I used over here for the class itself when I created it. So I can have this one X, Y, Z, but I have to pass them when I created the object by saying, for example, employee X, Y, Z, and so on and so forth. When they go back to the init function, they're going to be whatever I pass to it. The first one is going to be stored at the name. The second one is going to be stored at the employee ID, and so on and so forth. Okay. And now let's try to run this example and see what is going to be the output. Okay. Enter the employee name. So I'm going to say Zara. ID 111. Sales and sales manager, and the salary is 65,000. And then I print them out. This is another way, and this is a popular way of creating object by asking the user for the attributes or for the variables that we have in this class. And then you create the object by calling the class and passing to it the values that we get from the user.